Well, we're back in Northern Ireland, and I have to give a huge thank you to Zealand and Tom FM, without whom I would not still be here. So let's go and see why. Right, well, as you heard in the introduction, I gave a big shout out to Zealand and Tom FM, who made a video that I watched yesterday, possibly? Yesterday or Thursday. No, it must have been yesterday, I think. They were judging people's tactics and telling them what was wrong with them. And they gave a wonderful piece of advice that I sat there and I thought, maybe we should try that, because frankly what I'm doing at the moment just clearly is not working. I know the team is not good and that our best players are basically decent for the level below, but maybe we can do something to try and counterbalance that a little bit. And one of the things they said, and I'll link to their video in the description, so if you're having tactical problems you can have a look as well. But one of the things they said was that an asymmetric formation can really mess up the AI, because the AI does not go asymmetric. It never chooses to go asymmetric. So if you do, it kind of throws it completely, because it's got players, you've got players basically in positions that it is not covering. So literally all we did really, I mean, a couple of other little sort of things, and there was another little tactical gem that they put on there as well that I did know but I'd kind of forgotten and I wasn't using. So basically, as you can see here, literally what we did was we pulled our left-sided winger back into the midfield. Still obviously a winger, but just a little further back. So we've now got the right-sided one is up, the left one is back, and as you can see the left one is on support, the right one is on attack, and then fullback wise, and this was the other little bit, our left fullback is on attack, so he's sort of like getting beyond the left midfielder, and the right fullback is on support, so he's not sort of overcommitting on the right. So we've always got like someone back and it's a bit more balanced. The other thing I've done is I've changed the playmaking role to the defensive midfielder, and we've got in a carrilero, which is sort of someone who basically links defensive midfield to attacking midfield. So hopefully he links up with the central midfielder on attack, who is supposed to be pushing forward and joining the attack, and he's like the link between the two. I mean, ignore that little line there. For some reason Doherty and Smith I think don't work particularly well as a partnership, although they've been doing alright together I think. But yeah, so a few little tweaks to the tactic, and basically you can see there, that's where we made the tweak. After we went out of the League Cup, we were 9 for 9 on defeats in the league, lost the next two games, but you can see there, I mean this game here 3-2, we went 2 down, we fought back to 2-2, gave away a penalty again of course, and then conceded an 89th minute winner, which was gutting. Crusaders beat us 2-0, again gave away a penalty. And I think at that point that was 11 games into the season and we had given away 9 penalties. And then the turnaround started. We beat Newry 2-1. Got beaten by Glentoran, again gave away a penalty, of course we did. Grabbed a point against Ballymen. I mean, Newry, you'll remember as well, were like by far the second worst team according to the bookies. The league table disagrees. And then Cliftonville, we fell behind twice, we beat them 3-2. That was the real moment where I thought, yeah, this definitely is working for us. Linfield, top of the table, beat us comfortably. Glenarvan, I mean, we conceded a goal in the first minute and then conceded another penalty. Basically, we killed ourselves in about just over half an hour. We were actually probably slightly better side in the second half. Larn, again, we didn't really show up until we were 3-0 down. And then, as you can see, we beat Portadown 3-2, clung on a bit, we went 3-0 up, we're cruising, and then just gradually tried to throw it away. Beat Warren Point 1-0, which I have to confess, I thought they'd equalised right at the beginning of the second half, I think. Because my keeper spilled a shot and their forward tapped it home. And I saw no indication from the game that I could see that there was offside or anything. And then we got to like the last couple of minutes and I looked up at the score and it was 1-0 still. So I spent most of the second half not knowing the score of that one. So fortunately I didn't try going sort of gung-ho and trying to get the points, because I might very well have thrown away the 3 points we already had. Coleraine, another derby fiasco, 2 down in 7 minutes, yet another penalty. We'll have a look in a minute and see exactly how many penalties we have given away this season. But then 2-0 win over Ballymanor, 4-1 win over Crusaders, and we admittedly went down to 10 men. And yeah, that league table, we are not even bottom anymore. I mean, that win over Warren Point was huge. I think it got us level on points with them. They were 6 points ahead of us after 11 matches. 12 games later, they are 6 points behind us. And yeah, I mean, you can see where Newry are, 4th. I mean, what is that? How are they 4th? Basically, they have benefited. They are still on the surge that they put in as soon as I said I'd do better than originally agreed last season. Which, by the way, they gave me the option to do again this season, and I turned it down. I'm not falling for that one twice. So now, what did I say I was going to have a look at? Oh yes, that was it. We will have a look in here. It's in the team detailed, I believe. If we go down here somewhere, where are we? Defending, penalties conceded. Well, for some reason it won't go in the other order, but as you can see, 12 so far. 3 clear of anyone else, and we have actually conceded almost as many penalties as the 5th or the 5 best teams in that category combined. It's been unbelievable how many penalties we've managed to give away. Now, one other thing to catch you up on, we have done a few deals. Now, what I never did before, and which I did promise I would do this time, was take you through our sort of loan signings, etc. That's going to be a little bit quicker now. I'll show you Matthew Lynch, who we actually signed permanently, and he's playing in that Carolero slot when he plays, and is starting to do pretty well there. He's quite well suited to it. I mean, again, not brilliant, good physicals, which is really helping. Now, Billy Steadman was a right winger. He's just been recalled because Portadown didn't think we were playing him enough. McMenamin, central midfielder, he's been recalled because we weren't playing him enough. Moorhead is still here, again, right winger, probably maybe second or third choice now, because we've got Mackay over there who has successfully switched sides. I'll tell you about Barry Mclaughlin again in a minute as well. And we have just signed someone who is ostensibly left-sided, but again is dominant right foot, so we're probably going to end up playing him on the right. Because I could put him on the left, but I'd probably have to go as an inverted winger, and he might get in the way of our central midfielder on attack who plays the same side. What we could do, I suppose, is swap them over, the central midfielders, so that he's not getting in the way so much. Although saying that, the Carolero pushes a bit wider as well, so whoever's over there is probably going to get in his way. Anyway, and Stuart Mcclellan, now he is still here. He has been very useful, although his performances, his average ratings don't look good, but he does tend to play better. We're using him as a right back, and we do have an option to buy him for only like £3,000 at the end of the season. And I think I'm probably going to take them up on that, because as you can see, he's only 18, he's got bags of potential, he's already good for us, consistent, lots of positives, so we quite like him. And yeah, we've just signed Eamon Scannell. This is the lad I was on about. As you can see, he's right-footed, natural on the left, because obviously. And I'm not quite sure what to do with him at the moment. I've promised him important player, I think, so I'm going to have to probably play him in the right wing slot, which is probably just going to upset someone else, but never mind. Now, a few people have gone out the door. Sam Ray has gone on loan to Lewis, and Colin Kearney started kicking up a fuss about wanting to play more. So I said he could leave, and Larn were happy to pay $4,000 for him. I honestly don't know why they did. He's not that good at the moment. I don't think he's going to get that much better. Their facilities might get more out of him. I don't know. The fans were a little bit ambivalent, wondering why someone with such promise had been sold, but it's because, you know, he was never going to reach it here. That's why he's been sold. Anyway, right, today we have one of our favourite opponents, Newry. Oh, I love Newry. They're just so annoying. Right, now, what will happen now, of course, is having put in that spurt of form that we have, the team will probably put in one of their worst performances in recent weeks. But that's just something we're going to have to put up with. On the plus side, the players actually appreciate me for the first time ever. I've gone above average, or I've gone green on the manager support. And it did slip down to all the way down to poor at one point. Okay. Yes. Oh my word! Look at that. We can actually say pick up where you left off last time out after that fantastic performance we got in. Right. Let's try and boost the defence. Oh, look at that. Lovely. Francis Conway will leave. He's doing quite well actually. He scored 8 goals, at least, I believe, this season. So, and considering how bad we were for so long, and the fact he's approaching double figures is really quite impressive. Ooh, Mclaughlin. Ah, yes, I was going to tell you about Mclaughlin. Now, obviously, we made Barry Mclaughlin switch from the right, where he was quite happy, onto the left, which is his natural foot, and we put him in attacking midfield. And he learnt the position well, and you know, he'd got there quite nicely. And then, of course, we dropped the left-sided player back a little. So now he's had to play left midfield and learn that as well. Which, again, he's doing fantastically well. He's learning it very quickly. And as you can see, he's, again, heavily involved. All of which means that his attributes are actually not developing quite as much, because part of the... Oh, for goodness sake. Was he not offside? No. I mean, incredible goal. It wasn't an incredible goal, was it? It was a lump over the top, for heaven's sake. Honestly. Incredible goal. Incredibly bad defending and pathetic goalkeeping, honestly, but never mind. You know, shout a bit of encouragement. Anyway, yeah, so part of the ability of a player is put towards how many positions they can play. And of course, because we keep on stacking new positions on poor old Barry Mclaughlin, then he is not getting any better in terms of his actual attributes, because it's sort of probably adjusting them downwards a little bit so that his ability stays as it is, but incorporates the new position he can now play. If that makes any sense to anyone. How are we performing? So you're not actually playing that badly. Basically, you are one lump over the top better than us, aren't you? And we're actually dominating the possession. So I'm going to go with that. Yeah, we've not been good enough there. Haven't been terrible for a change. Oh, hello. It's a highlight straight from the kickoff. Are we going to go 2 down straight away, or are we actually going to... Oh no, we've won the ball back. Good God. Now, if we can get right back in the game... Oh, that was another little tweak I did, was to make my goalkeeper distribute the ball to my fullbacks. Because I just figured that lumping it upfield all the time was just losing us the ball. Oh, that's a very similar goal to the one they scored, except slightly better worked. 1-1. Well, there you go. 2 can play that game, Newry. Is that Smith again? That is at least the 4th time Smith has launched a ball over the top for someone to run onto and score. He has got several assists this season. been happy with Smith, generally speaking. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, I mean, Warren Point losing again, so that's good. Right, let's throw out a bit of encouragement. Take a peek down there. I mean, Conway's not having the best of days, is he? Right, we'll see what happens from this. Okay, well done, Doherty. Launched. Conway missed it, but falls to Lynch. Smith. Oh, he's played another one of those balls over the top, and it's scored again, and he's offside. Oh, Smith is an absolute beast back there. What is he passing? Hang on, I just want to pause this. I want to see what Smith's passing. It's only 8, and his vision's 9. But I mean, okay, we'll take it. It's a shame that was offside. Right, let's make this up. Let's put McHugh on. Give him a run out. McKinnon's not playing well, but I mean, we basically don't have another goalkeeper in the first team, but we do have a good one coming through. We've got a good young teenager. Right, let's just try and give him a bit of encouragement. I mean, I'll take a point from this if we can get one. Warren Point have equalised, but yeah, a point, that'll do from behind. Right. Not too bad. I wouldn't say they were unlucky. Yeah, you should still be happy though. I don't think we weren't too bad. Just lacked a little bit of cutting edge up front, and unfortunately one mistimed run cost us. But not a bad result. Now our next game, which is why we're back for these two, is the 5th round of the Cup, and we have got Shankill United, who I believe are non-league. So I was hoping that this will be a good chance for us to get a good win. And I mean, look at this form recently. That's phenomenal, considering where we came from. When you look at this and you compare it to that, we've come a long way. Right, I'll see you 3 days' time for the Cup game. Welcome back. It is now, of course, 3 days later, and it's time for the Irish Cup 5th round. Or, wonderfully, let me just turn my light on like I forgot to, the Peaky Blinder Irish Cup. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be in this competition? Now, our club vision says we need to get to the 6th round, which of course will be the next one. Hopefully, against lower league opposition, we should be able to do that. We've still got a half decent side for us out there, and I think if we get to that, having passed the League Cup one, and I mean they're even pleased now at how we're fighting bravely against relegation. So I think we could probably get to a playoff and lose it and still keep my job if we can win today, because we'll have passed that. We're within the wage budget. And we have at least finally given it a decent fist of it in the league. So let's see if we can take one step closer to saving my job. I have applied for 1 or 2 other jobs elsewhere. I didn't get even so much as an interview at any of them. Right, I have basically picked that team, so let's go. So any attempt I made at actually getting out under my own steam has been scuppered by the fact that no one seems to want me. So I think we're going to have to be forced to make at least a qualified success of this job. This is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. You don't seem to be too bothered, boys, do you? Right, there we go. Let's give the forward a little bit of a boost as well, because we didn't last time and he played badly. Right. Okay, a couple of early goals for us would be very useful, boys. I'm just saying. Now, we seem to be playing on cautious. We should probably push that up to positive. We are supposed to be the better side, so let's see if we can go at them a bit. And I mean, we're certainly the better side so far. Just not scoring, right? Let's give them a good bit of encouragement to begin with, and then we'll start demanding more in a bit. I mean, we are certainly dominating this game. Unfortunately, not many people are actually playing well. Certainly our defenders aren't, so there's a horrible feeling there's a mistake waiting to happen somewhere. Okay, he seems to be being given a lot of space. Well, oh, for heaven's sake, you had that and you gave it away. Oh, we're going to embarrass ourselves. We're going to embarrass ourselves. No, why are you doing this to me? Right, we're going to berate you now. It was going to be a bit of, sort of demand more, but I'm going to berate you now. Told you there was a mistake coming, didn't I? Absolute. Oh, I can read you like a book. A very bad book that someone wants to read. Oh, hello. Is he on? Yes, he's actually onside. We've scored a goal for a... Okay. We're back on terms. We should never have been behind in the first place. Right, I think they need a bit of a kick up the arse still, don't they? Point finger, things have to improve. And that means you lot defensively, basically. Oh, Bradley Walsh. I mean, there was a lack of any comment there because I was desperately trying to think of some sort of pun based on the chase, and I didn't get there. Could have gone for Law and Order UK, of course, but the moment's gone now. Right, well, let's make a couple of substitutions. Let's put... I mean, Mclellan's normally a right back, but he can play left back. We'll put him out there. It'll be fine. Let's put Smith on for McGuinness, because McGuinness seems to be determined to be rubbish. Right, well, we'll give them a bit of praise. They have come from behind to lead. We have given them too many shots, in my opinion. Certainly too many on target. That XG is far too high for my liking. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, word. I have to say, I now have an almost pathological fear of when the ball goes into our box that we are going to give away a penalty. Right, shall we make one more last pointless substitution? Yeah, let's put Mackay on for Dunn, why not? It's a laugh, isn't it? And yay, there we go, we're through, and that should probably be enough to secure my job pretty much no matter what we do in the league now. I think we've made enough of a fight of it. I think that even if we just went down at this point, I don't think they could actually argue that I hadn't fulfilled the terms of the contract. Yeah, pleased with it, but don't get too full of yourselves, basically. Right, well, what we might do, as a quick little treat, if the draw is in the next couple of days, we'll come back and we'll have a look and see who we get in the 6th round. We do have the 6th round draw. So, last, was it 16 by the looks of things? So, let's see who we get. Wouldn't mind getting them. We haven't. Okay. Banbridge. No, you get them. Glenarvan. Limavady. Who we got left? Ooh, there's likes of Coleraine, Glentoran and Portadown in there. To avoid... Oh, well, we're at home. Knockbradar. Okay. 3rd level side. That's winnable. We could be facing a quarter-final. Hopefully. Okay, well, we won't waste our time with the rest of that. We'll just have a quick look and see where that slots into the schedule. Right, well, I was going to sort of get through until the split. I mean, we know we're going to be in the bottom half. But I think what we'll do now is we'll probably come back for that cup game, and either the one before it or the one after it. Probably the one after it, because that gives you a bit more of a break in between, bit more time for things to happen. By which time the transfer window will be completely done, and I'll show you any more signings. I don't expect any more. We haven't really got much in the way of the budget. If you look, we've got 18,000 left and a little bit to actually spend on someone, but I don't really want to use that if I can help it, because I mean, we are in a bit of debt, and the less I can spend the better. And honestly, of the players I've looked at, I can't really see anyone that we can genuinely afford properly who is actually going to really improve us. So unless someone comes up during the month of January, I wouldn't expect any more transfers. But yeah, I mean, look at that. We had, I mean, 7 points. What did Warren Port throw it away later on? I thought they were drawing. But yeah, 7 points clear of last place, which, given that we lost our first 11 games this season, is stunning, quite frankly. So yeah, life's all fun when you're winning it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me again, and do any of the YouTube things you like, and yeah, we'll see you next time for the 6th round of the Cup. Bye bye.